and basically I'm one of the people facilitating this course. The other people who you're going to see quite a lot of are Steve Newhouse, who's up the back. So basically that's us, and what we're going to do is just file outside if we can. And believe it or not, you'll all know each other's names.
Bell, Harry, Charity Capital, 2L Lloyd, David the Draftsman, Zena the Goddess, Oscar,
Bob from Bungendore.
Bob from Bungendore, and I'm JB from Cooma.
Really old, bro. Let you down really hard. Sorry?
Anthony.
Anthony, thank you, Anthony. We have Ivan, who's a trimmer, Peter, who can't spell, Barry from the Cherry Capital, Lloyd with 2 L's, David the Draftsman, and it's Colleen, is that right?
That's right.
Brady from Cooma, David from Goulburn, and I'm DJ, and I'm from Texas.
Okay, I guess I'm lucky I'm not over there.
It can be arranged.
I got 2 ones up here. Actually, I thought it was an Indian, but there you go. Alex, the chippy, Ant, who's attentive, Ivan, the trimmer, Peter, who can't spell, Barry from the cherry picking capital of the world, Lloyd with 2 L's, Dave, the draftsman, Colleen, who can do anything she wants, from Bungendore. Was you were David again, Liz?
No,
JB from Cooma. You were Dave from Goulburn. You were from Texas. DJ, thank you. And I'm Peter, and people sometimes confuse me with Santa Claus.
Yeah, Two Dog Richard, Alex, the builder, Chippy, Alex the Chippy, Anthony, retentive, Igor, Slim, Peter who can't spell, Barry from Cherry.
Cherry Capital.
Yeah, the Cherry Capital, Lloyd with double L, David the Draftsman, Colleen's the not the princess, they got it. From Goulburn, David from Goulburn. From Texas, JD from Texas.
And
DJ from Texas, and Santa Claus. My name's Roger. I got a pussycat. She's there.
Do you want me to tell you what he was doing with the pussycat this afternoon when I picked him up?
I wasn't paying attention. I can only remember the second part. We've got a chippy, we've got a retentive spud. Two dogs, Alex the chippy, Nancy Ivan, the skinny, Peyton can't spell, Barry from Young, Lloyd is 2 L's, you're a draftsman. What was your name?
David.
David, Colleen the Goddess. You have Alzheimer's. Great.
Yeah.
And who was beside you? I can't see the
Bob.
last one.
Bob from
Bungendore, JB from Cooma. You're from Goulburn?
Yeah.
DJ from Texas. Santa Claus. Roger. And I'm Michelle Sarge.
Who, what?
Sarge. The Sarge.
Richard, 2 dogs. You don't want to know either. Alex, Chippy, Nez, attentive, Ivan, Slim, Pete can't spell, Barry from the Cherry Capital, Lloyd with 2 L's, Dave, Draftsman, Colleen, the Goddess, Greg, the Alzheimer's, Bob, JB from Cooma, Dave from Goulburn, DJ from Texas, Santa Claus, Roger, 2 pussies. Michelle has got a cat, and I'm Mark.
I think he wins. I'm Matt up White Nose Pockets. We've got 2 dogs. We've got Alex, the chippy, Nez, the spud, Ivan, the skinny, Peter can't spell or wash.
It's a long weekend, mate. It's like a weekend at home.
Barry from the Cherry Capital, Lloyd with 2 L's, David the draftsman, Colleen the Goddess, DJ from Cooma, David the Goulburn, and
JB from
JB.
DJ.
DJ from Texas. Greg from Santa Claus. Peter Santa Claus. Roger. He's got a cat. Michelle the Sarge. Mark is frozen.
And you? Who are you?
I said at the beginning.
No, you said at the beginning.
Yeah, at the beginning, you weren't listening.
What is it? Oh,
Two Dogs Richards, Alex the Chippy. I've gone blank.
Anthony.
Nez the Retentive. Ivan the Skinny. Pete the Illiterate. Jeremy Barry. Double L Lloyd. Dave the Draftsman. Colleen the Goddess. Greg without. JB from Cooma. Dave from Goulburn. DJ from Texas. Santa Pete's.
Roger's the cat.
The cat was there, Roger. Michelle the Sarge, Mark the Cole, Matt Pockets. And,
He does no shot anymore.
Greg, show it to me.
Greg Fat Bastard.
yeah, Greg came up to me, that's all right. Yeah.
Greg, show it
Greg
to me.
felt
Oh,
right.
Alex, right. Richard, got the details. Alex, Cindy. Anthony.
Ivan.
Thanks.
Peter.
Don't think that's
Peter,
when the problem
Bell.
was.
Barry from Cherry Capital, Lloyd from 2L. Dave Draftsman, Colleen Goddess. AJ from Texas. DJ. Oh,
The letter of the alphabet.
Peter. Roger, two cats.
Two dogs, one cat.
But he doesn't Roger the cat.
Mark.
Yeah, I look nothing like him.
You're Greg.
Oh, I'm definitely.
I'm Greg. That's Pockets, I'm Greg.
Right, okay. And, right, okay. And I'm Jenny, and I ride a bike a lot.
Greg. That's why you did
Everybody from places.
Well, considering ours is a 1953 or 56 truck that's fed forward at the moment, I think we get it's going to be better.
Well, we principally got that truck because of Sydney.
Mark, and if anybody wants to come and look at the map, you're welcome to. And now I sit my team down, be in the position where they're going to see everything. What are the, just looking around here, what other significant things do we have here? Tower lines. Tower lines? Okay. But they don't stand out hugely. There's power lines running down through there. What else do we have here? Oh, we've got a defensive position. Okay, come on guys, there's some other significant things around here. Some dams, very good. See, we've got blue markers for dams. There's one just across the road. There's actually a couple just up the hill. Right, what else have we got? Yards, buildings. Yards and buildings, that's right.
Clearing.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to just talk about clearings. Because clearings are a bit hard. Okay, put the high ropes in. Go the other way round. Okay, what other things would you like to see? on this?
Heavy vegetation.
Which one?
Heavy vegetation.
Heavy vegetation. Bit hard to show on mud models unless you're going to get out there with cotton wool and so on that you've sprayed.
Any landing strips nearby?
Landing strips, well, we can talk about those, yes.
North.
Oh, well done. North. Okay, there's two ways you can do north. You can either put a compass on the map, right, which is a very accurate way of doing north. I like to not only put a compass, but also put something big beside it so that it jumps out of the page at people. Okay, and in my little kit I've got lots of other things I can do, and I carry extra cards so I can write down anything of significance. We're not going to go any further with this, but you can spend a lot of time on these and put a lot of work into them and really draw out a heap of stuff out of it. From here, you need to now start to look at your orders. The other thing that's always handy to do is, if you've got the room, to actually put a map on the thing so that people can refer from one to the other. Okay. The other thing you can do if you've got the time, and remember that quite often you've only got 5 minutes to whack one of these together, you can put scales on it, so if you want to spend hours on them, you can make them quite masterpieces. So what you then do is you've got to the stage, and you can always have nice little pointers that you carry around with you. I find very handy to carry something like that. We've now got to the stage where we can actually look at possibly giving our orders. The other things we could do is we could name the hills. Now, you can either name those with local names, the ones that you're going to give them, or with map names. If you look on the map, none of these features actually have names. There is a spot height there, which is the 747 feature. And you can mark those if you wish to.
Would you put the grid references in as well?
No, because you refer to the map. Okay. You could put the grid references if you put your scaled border and so on around. The problem is, if you put grid references in, you've then got to build this to scale. And this is an interpretation and a representation, and it's not necessarily to scale. Okay. Is that a question? Oh, just a question. Okay, so we're pretty much ready to look at giving our orders. What you need to do now is your site preparation. So when you're putting it together, you've got to think about how people are going to sit around and looking at this. If I sit them on the downhill side, looking inwards, what's the problem?
Can't see any of the...
A different perspective.
It's a different perspective, but you can't see these, but I can just turn those around. Okay? Then they can see them. What's the problem here?
Looking uphill.
Yeah, and what's the problem with looking uphill?
They're not looking towards the beach, the region that you've actually designed there.
That's an excellent point. But would somebody like to come and park their backside here and sit down and tell me what the problem is?
Can't see the middle of it, can't see any of it.
Yeah. So what are people going to be thinking of? If you sit on a slope with your back to the slope, sit on the ground with your back to the slope, what's your problem?
Well, you're concentrating on keeping yourself upright.
Exactly right. We'll come back to the dog principle. Then Greg walked away. You're concentrating more on your personal discomfort and that your lower back is aching like crazy because you're trying to stay upright and not fall over backwards without concentrating on what's going on here. The other thing is, like Peter said, you're turning your head around all the time to try and see what's going on. So if we're searching in that area, we want people to be sitting here and comfortably, right? but not too comfortably so they go to sleep. So just sitting on the ground's good.
Basically about orientating your people to the ground.
Yes. So it's orientating your people to the ground. And Bob, being a good army person, what's the other thing you do with your people or your section when you put them down on the ground before you give them orders? Anybody else want to help out?
Put them into their group or unit they're going to be in the search pattern.
Exactly right. Put them exactly how you want them to be on the ground. Because while they're sitting in the orders, and we'll go through this in a second, if they're sitting here and you're giving orders and you say, okay, Bob, you'll be X spot, Jim, you'll be X spot, Bob will be on your right, I can immediately see, oh yeah, he's going to be there. And when I'm out in the paddock, I know if he's not there, I've got a problem. So that's why you need to position them. Alex is very right, which shows that our team leaders' weekend work. Outstanding. What are you coughing for, Barry? You were there. Right, what I need is, let's say 6 volunteers. 6 volunteers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They sit across there. Alex, I want you over that side. Richard, I want you over that side. Dave, I want you right smack bang in the middle. And the rest of you balance yourself out. Harry, so you squeeze in there. Michelle and Mark can sit there. Right. Okay, go. Now, girls, boys, have you got your notebooks with you? Good. I'm glad to see that you're all efficient little Vegemites and brought your notebooks. Make sure that while you're sitting here, you can see this particular area and you can see the mud model. And we'll talk about it in a minute. Are we all happy about that? You can all see everything? Good. What I'm going to do, we've got a situation where we've got a number of, couple of lost kids from a program from this area, and we're going to go out and search for them. What I've done here is I've made up a mud model of the area, and I'm going to explain that to you and bring you up to speed. We're then going to, from there, go into giving you a briefing about how we're going to go about searching for this kid, and then you've got questions. Opportunity for questions, and then we'll get our bongos to go. So we're clear about what's going to happen. Right, just to orientate you, north is in that direction. Okay? And the big shiny thing up there is the sun. This prominent feature here on the mud model is this big pimply peak that you can see directly to the north. See? Coming down the range, you'll see that there's another knoll there, which is commonly referred to around the area as Doctor's Knoll. If you keep coming down the range to about here, there's just through the trees, you'll be able to see it when you move around, is another small knoll. As we keep coming down, just down here past the gate, to the right of the gate, is a fire trail called Scorgy's Fire Trail. All the trails on this map are marked in red. All the creeks are marked in blue. Right, so you've got Scorgy's Fire Trail. This prominent road running across our front, which runs all the way through, is called Doctor's Flat Road. We don't need to worry too much about this area down here. It's because it involves another search team, and search team 6 will be over there. Coming straight over the top of you, you'll notice power lines. They are represented on this map as a piece of green hoochie cord. This little hill here is the hill just to your rear, You'll notice that there's a cluster of buildings just in front of us which are represented by this black dot. Cluster buildings just here to your left is represented by this black dot. Just up the re-entrant, which is represented by the blue, which is this creek that runs down through here to the dam, is another dam. We have, straight over the top of the horse yard, the high ropes course, and just beyond that, another dam. Finally, if you follow the power lines up, where you see the power pole on the top of the saddle up here is what on the map is referred to as 747 feet. Is everybody happy with their understanding of the mud model and the local topography? Very good. Right, local topography. The main features are, we've got, it's a very hilly sort of place, and the ranges run effectively north-south. Now that's an important piece to keep in mind, because a lot of people tend to think that they run east-west, but they generally run north-south. The slopes, even though on the map they will look relatively gentle, are quite steep, and the going overall is fairly rugged through these areas. It's a sort of a dense woodland with an undergrowth of tea trees. If you look just across the road, the other side where the gate is, you'll see the sort of bush we're looking at, so it's fairly dense. The place is crisscrossed by numerous fire trails all over the place, and I've marked the main ones on the map. Landing point, just down here in front of us is a area that a helicopter is able to land in if we acquire one. Otherwise, your next nearest landing point are 13 kilometres down the road at Dingo Dell in a southerly direction, and in a northerly direction about another 3 kilometres down the road at Mountain Trail. Weather. The weather forecast is that it's going to be a nice hot sunny day, but there is a change coming through, and there's going to be a change tomorrow which will be cold weather and rain. Sunrise at the moment is just a bit before 6 o'clock, and sunset pretty much lights out by 6:37 at the moment, and it's getting darker quicker. Fire hazard at the moment, the fire hazard is still classified as medium, but it's actually relatively low because all the foliage is still fairly green. Are there any questions on topography? What is the answer?
Lost ants. They're looking for the people to come and find them. You've watched A Bug's Life, I presume. They've lost the trail. It's a really big leap. Okay, no questions until the end of my orders. The lost person. The lost person. His history is he's a regular runaway in Canberra. He's from Canberra, and he runs away regularly in there. He's out on a Project Saw character development course, and his name is Adam Small, and he's run away again. The reason he ran away was because he was asked to wash up some dishes, and he decided that he couldn't be bothered with somebody else's problem, and he was told his mother wasn't here, so he took off. But his general MO is to run away and then to hide, especially from police and those sort of people. The identifying features that he has a black cap, it's on backwards. He has black jacket, wearing black jeans, has a black t-shirt and black runners, and a black scowl on his face. His expected action, if we see him or he sees us, is that he'll run again.
That's his expected action. So it's believed that as he gets colder and hungrier, that he'll probably be more interested in being found. Other search teams that are operating. We, as you know, are Team 4. Team 1 is working to the north. Team 2 to our east. Team 3 to our south. That direction. Team 5 to our west, across behind us. And we are Team 4, and we are searching the centre quadrant, which is the representation on your map.
Let this be a reminder to you all that this organization will not tolerate failure.
Oops! I did it again, baby.
Yeah!
What led you through the hopelessly tangled underbrush of private security organizations to our door? Stellar word of mouth? Our fine client roster? Those flyers we put up in that public urinal?